When I got shot, she talked about the zodiac. Through the blood and snot, astrology astride my health, which is the plot, was a strange aphrodisiac. But I thought I'd recover, for no love's another as itself. But I'm accident prone, or soft with harm and wistful wear. My testosterone resented this that had been struck. Killed the chaperone, was fired with lust to spare. And I felt the burst of a focus, the burst of British love. Myth of free love and all that is that. It's from the sparring partners, bullet wounds. And in the end, the you would pretend was all in tune. And happy stands to back, ten and laugh. So it's a break. A life is stuff from a book called One Bellyache. There's nothing stopping about what's gone. For sure I can take being unworthy of your regard. So let me stop there, that'll feel but this spell lingers on. King for love, his promises are sound. The seed time to spare on which I roll. As blue as any hand, the twist of crank, the stay power, the bull's purpose on and go slow.
The Nightingales live in session with the best of British luck, which is quite ironic because you've been besieged with bad luck over the last couple of days, haven't you? For two reasons mainly, Robert Lloyd.
Yeah, we really have. The main thing is that we should be a six-piece band, and the band that's doing this session is only a four-piece band because our two American members weren't allowed into the country. And we miss them so much, both as people and the music. But the other thing is I've got a bad back.
Yeah, do you know what? I mean, I can't empathise with that because me and you have got exactly the same position. And, do you know, it does resemble a chiropractor's waiting room here. But we are of an age, aren't we, Robert?
If it was on television, people would... what would they think?
Well, do you know what? I really don't think either of us are going to end up on kids' TV, so I wouldn't worry about that unduly. But, painkillers are at work with both of us at the moment, aren't they?
And I'm going home tonight for the first night in 18 days or something, so I can at least have a bath.
Right, okay. Yeah, you have been on tour, haven't you? And we'll talk about that a little bit later. But introduce the band members who are here.
Okay, well... As per usual, it's Alan Appley on guitar,
right.
Darren Garrett on drums,
yep.
and who's the guy, the German guy? And Andreas Schmid
playing bass guitar, who is associated with Faust, and we'll talk about all of that a little bit later. Now you have got an errant fifth member who will be along a little bit later, which is a treat for everybody.
He's actually here up in the bar at the moment, Ted Chippington, yeah.
Right, okay.
We're going to do a Marc Riley exclusive tonight, Ted Chippington and the Nightingales number.
I mean...
in German.
Really?
Yeah.
What a double treat. You know, let's get a translator in. But for those who don't know Ted Chippington or the Nightingales, and you're in for a proper introduction tonight because two legendary acts and performing, all of the songs before 8 o'clock, because you're performing at the Night and Day Cafe in Manchester on Oldham Street tonight, aren't you? What time's Ted on? Is it around about 10?
About 20 past 10.
About 20 past 10.
Right.
And Hot Pants Romance are playing with us as well. So
Yeah, sure.
So people really should come and see them, even if they don't like Us Undead.
Right, okay, fair enough. Well sold, I think, there, Rob. Great stuff. All right, then, well, you can relax. Well, you probably can't relax, actually, Rob, but go away and be in pain for half an hour, and then, if you don't mind, come back and do some more later.
Oh, absolutely, Mark. Always a pleasure. Yeah, the Nightingales were formed around that time.
Right, okay.
79-ish.
For those people who don't know, because, there are youngsters who listen to this programme as well, and before the Nightingales, Robert, you were at the helm of one of the great bands. Would you call the Prefects a punk band?
The thing is, Mark, when I look back on it, I just see them as not a very good band, like a...
That's rubbish, that, mate. I mean, you made one of the great records and recorded for Peel, like most of the stuff, wasn't it? But going through the motions and...
No, the only time we ever went into a studio was to do the 2 Peel sessions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd call it a punk band.
Right, okay, because, I mean, it's kind of the stuff of legend for those who know, but you were at the legendary Ramones gig supporting the Flaming Groovies, wasn't it?
Yeah. We're one of the best gigs I've ever seen.
Well, that was a catalyst for punk, or so is, that's the story that is told, particularly by me, pretty much every week, because I say the same things over and over again, because I'm a disc jockey, and which is fair enough. Great to have the Nightingales in the studio, and there is a remarkable presence in the corner, remaining quiet at the moment, but that won't last long, which is Ted Chippington. But for the time being, let's have another tune from the Nightingales. What are you going to do next, fellas?
We're going to do a song called Don't Harsh My Buzz. I'd like to dedicate it to Catherine and Christine, the 2 girls who are not with us.
Just a goddess on the yak could not put a slight rule away the simple soul in his fart sack. Through serene snores was heard to say, don't hush my buzz, don't. The road from the eye to the heart, it will bypass the intellect, and I will step with no regard. The brothel creepers of the circumspect, but don't hush my buzz, don't. Full of weak man shanty, and not missing a trick, was Mr. Gray in the library, beaten with the ugly stick. With prime, fresh pleasure and cactus sin, my hands are clean but my nails are dirty. And when the saints go marching in, I'll roll a number for Santa me yurdy. So don't hush my buzz, don't. I woke up this morning, God, if looks could kill, but then the first blade shaved me close, the next one closer still. You know I gotta be clean-faced, baby, I just can't let this Preston bring me down.
Top flight entertainment in my book, the Nightingales with Don't Harsh My Buzz. I don't understand it. It's probably what young people say these days, but great stuff. And so you've been doing a few dates already, haven't you?
Yeah, we went away to Germany on the 12th of April.
Right.
And did we had to rehearse a little while because of having the Americans and the now we're such a cosmopolitan.
I know. How did that happen?
Well, what happened was when we were recording the record that's out now, which I should mention, called Insult to Injury on the Klangbad record label.
Certainly.
When we were recording that, basically... Oh, you said I can't swear on the radio.
You can't swear, no, okay. Definitely. So say it as nicely as you possibly can.
Our bass player quit after a day.
Right.
And so he left us in the lurch.
Mm.
And... And Andy, who was producing the record, we were getting on with him, and he sort of picked up a bass and played on a few songs. But he couldn't come on tour with us after the record, so Christy and Emily were coming over to play on the tour with us, so we sort of sent an email to Christy and said, "Oh, can you learn the bass and do it?"
Right.
And we just love Andy and Christy so much that we decided there and then that was going to be the band. Matthew, the young kid who's been on the previous sessions, he was always going to have to go to college.
It's a shame that, in a way, because he was the eye candy of the band. I mean, no offence to you, but, you know, if you want to go for the younger audience, and he was definitely the pin-up, wasn't he?
But, Mark, you should have seen Catherine Young and Christine Edwards.
Right. Oh, you'd thought about that, hadn't you? Right, OK, that's a good answer. That is a good answer. So you recorded Insult to Injury at the Faust studio, didn't you?
Yeah.
OK, so, I mean, that's quite impressive, you know. Not that it shouldn't be, but how did that association come about? Are you all muckers with Faust, then? I mean, because Andy is in Faust as well. You're playing one of... There are two different versions of Faust, aren't there, which we won't go into.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, no bother. But, you know, that's not that bad, because there are 3 different versions of the 3 degrees at the moment, as far as I'm aware, so it's fine. So how did that association come about?
You know, I can't actually remember how it first happened, but there was some kind of connection anyway, and we went over and played the festival, wasn't it?
Right.
And met Jochen, and we just got on great, you know.
I can imagine, you know, and I mean, obviously, if you listen to the Prefects, and more specifically, possibly, the Nightingales, and there's a lot of that kind of, the krautrock, for want of a better phrase, I don't know what people think, but, you know, bands these days are name-dropping, even Kids, which is amazing, but they're name-dropping Faust, and Can, and Noi, seem to really come to the fore as well.
Yeah.
But you can tell that you've been listening to those bands for a long time.
Yeah, a long time. Yeah.
And I mean that as a compliment, obviously. Talking of compliments, probably the greatest living Englishman is... that's a bit over-egging the pudding, I know, but it is Chippington.
I'm
Ted
German
Chippington.
now, by the way.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I'm fed up with this country.
Schnell, what does that mean then, Schnell?
Hurry up. Or slow down.
Yeah, that's all right. Zwei beer bitter?
More than that, please.
He really does speak the lingo, doesn't he? So, Ted Chippington, an absolute delight to see you in the studio. I mean, Rob warned me, in inverted commas, that you will be coming along. So, how are you keeping?
Not too bad.
Not too bad. That is off.
Some would disagree with that.
Right, OK. So, I mean, have you been performing an awful lot over the last few years? Because you kind of ducked out of the comedy scene, didn't you, for a while?
Yeah, because the comedy scene is not the comedy scene. That's
Right,
the trouble
okay.
with comedy scenes.
Really?
They tend to be not humorous.
Right, I see.
And I fancied a breather, so I did what I did.
You've had a breather?
Yeah.
I mean,
15-year break.
Is that what it was? Yeah. Do you know, does it irk you now? Because, I mean, people say comedy is a new rock and roll, and you can get Baddiel and Skinner playing at Wembley, you know, and stuff like that, and there was you on an ill-timed 15-year breather.
Not at all, no, because I'd sooner play in a little pub with 40 people and have a good time than get bored rigid with 2 characters who aren't funny.
Right, OK. I think your cards are firmly on the table there, Ted Chippington. And did you go to Germany with this lot?
Yeah.
And you survived? Yeah.
Just about.
Just about. You didn't know the German for that, did you? You fell at the 3rd hurdle there, I think, Ted. Well, it's great to have you, and you've not come in just to make me laugh, and the listeners laugh, but you've come in here to perform a song, haven't you?
Why not, yeah.
Yeah, why not? So what's it called?
It's called True Greatness, or part of it's called True Greatness, and Robert tell you the other half.
No, it's
a Nightingale song called The Dishwater Kid, but
Right.
I'm not going to sing on it, and Ted's going to do True Greatness over the top instead.
Right, OK. It's an art installation, and I, for one, am thrilled. All right, then, so the Nightingales with Ted Chippington, take it away.
Die Leine, wieder frisst die Leine und die ganze Wasche fiel in Dreck. war nicht überrascht. Sie machte die Wäsche einfach nochmals, da die Leinen kaputt war. Breitete sie auf dem Verrückten, verflasste aus der Hund von Nebanen, sprang mit seinen maschigen Füßen herüber, trampelte über die ganze Wasche, ohne nur ein Stück auslassen. Sie macht die Wäsche nochmals. Ist es nicht seltsam, dass kein Stück ausgelassen hatte? Das war große Arbeit, das wüssten nur Leute, die der Waschmaschine.
Upon his eyelids quivered as the warm-up dream of thought delivered. We must see the last plot will be the last post, and in the headline dream he saw his ghost singing, "Let the music play. Oh, I wanna dance the night away. Right here, right here, right here is where I'm gonna stay all night long."
Well, you know what, that was a treat. As I say, we always enjoy the Nightingales when they come and play for us because they're wonderful. But with the addition of Ted Chippington on vocals there, and Ted, do you know what, I have to trust you because I can only order 2 beers in German, so I'm trusting that was all good, clean fun. Yeah. I thought you might say that somehow. Right, okay. Well, I think anybody going to the night...
But you're not sure if I swore in that, though, Mark?
No, I'm not.
I wouldn't do that to you.
No, you wouldn't, would you? Right, okay. We'll get a translator in tomorrow, and then I'll get my people to talk to your people. But anybody going to the Night and Day Cafe tonight is in for a treat. And then again, tomorrow night at the Little Civic in Wolverhampton, the 2nd of July, the Prince Albert in Brighton, the 3rd of July, playing the Mother's Ruin in Bristol, and then perhaps finishing, for the time being at least, on the 4th of July at Victoria in Derby. That covers it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right, and the album, Insult to Injury, which is great, came out in February.
Yep.
Anything else to plug? Have you got
I
a shop?
say something?
Yeah, of course you can, mate.
I've got a 4 CD box set that's been out a couple of years, and we've got hundreds left. So.
As blunt as you like, and who wouldn't want that in their collection? Well, it's been a delight, fellas. Thanks very much for coming in, and empathy with the bad back.
Dankeschön.
Yeah, yeah.